LA Skies EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, this Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Brissett. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Set, we're okay, we're okay. Black 15! Let's set a tone, fellas, let's set a tone.
Play fake to Gordon, now Rivers. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Brissett to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Alert flare. Anyway. 58 Mike, 58 Mike. I'm going to come back to you.
On second down now, it's Mack. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now Benjamin. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A toss play. Gordon trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Pierre Desir in on the stop. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Hey, watch that. Watch that.
Throwing again. Rivers. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Justin Houston. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Rivers, he'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need?
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, 75 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 31, Rivers. He's got it complete to Perkins. 22 yards there, a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
He was brought down by Shane Ray. It's a gain of 5.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. 2nd and 5 now. Rivers. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Justin Houston picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack.
Keep it skinny. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Into heavy traffic and a loose football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
1st down, Rivers. Complete, Hunter Henry with the ground. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be.
And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brissett now. He completes this one to Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
It's a gain of a yard.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard is going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he's got Rodgers. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First down, Colts.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Room here to run. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 55 yards. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. No.
He'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 3rd down, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
We got this. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You gotta get the quick. Get on the quick right here. Hey, 80's yours. 80's yours. Let's go. Back to the offense. Let's go. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Go. He's checking. He's checking. Hit it. Go.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Flushed out right. Gets it to Gordon. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Badgley able to knock this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Looking for Campbell downfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returning, it's Benjamin. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Black 15! And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Hey, White! Check 25. Load it! Load it! Check 26, check 26. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 43. Rush White! Rush in. Rush in. 6 guys.
Rivers on first down. Completes it to Watt. 25 yards that time. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's now 3rd and 8.
Set, round 80. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. White, 80 high. 80 high.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. So 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 76 yards, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mike, 49. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. We got to step it up.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brissett taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Joey Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Joker. He's crashing. He's checking.
Now it's Mack. Draw play. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, well, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They're running, man.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Campbell making the catch. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Third and short yardage, Brissett. Ebron's got it. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Brissett now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Let's go!
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
Here we go. Yeah. You don't want none. Switch it.
On first down, Hines. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
A 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, baby. 49, guys. Mike. Switch up. Shoot.
Brissett from the gun on third. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his first career touchdown in his first career game, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will get him 1 closer. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Charger drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Big dash. Go.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On second and 11 now. Rivers. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Jabaal Sheard.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So it's third and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And caught by Henry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. Some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason.